To give a full understanding of this prototype, I'm going to walk you through 6 different tasks. Before we get started, let's set up a quick scenario. Let's say we are university students on an environmental science course, and our professor has asked us to write an essay on glyphosate. Glyphosate is a kind of pesticide. With that in mind, let's jump into the tasks. The first task is to start writing by creating a new writing board. We click the Add button, and a pop-up appears with some templates. If the user already has their own structure in mind, they could skip this step. But here we will go with the provided template. Users can manually modify the structure. Here we change the title to be related to glyphosate. And then we generate the template. Now we enter the writing board. The full article structure is ready to go. Let's move to the task 2. As we don't know much about glyphosate and want some useful information, we zoom into this interaction window and ask GPT about what is glyphosate. We get an answer here, but I'm not satisfied with it. Here introduce a feature where users can modify the prompts with support. Click the Modify button, a pop-up appears to provide some ideas to change the prompt. We pick an idea, and a format shows in the input box. We fill in the details and upload it. Now we can see that the prompt in the black frame above changed. Let's check the output. We can find some real data as we request in the current output. Due to the originality nature of GPT, it would sometimes generate fake data. T-BlockGPT has a feature called Reality Check. It highlights all the data references and resources in the output. We open the Reality Check. Click on these highlighted areas, and then we can verify the data with search engine. Now we confirm the data is accurate. Task 2 is complete. Let's move to task 3. Suppose that we are not satisfied with the generated introduction and want to write one on our own. First, we ask GPT about the characteristic of glyphosate. After looking at the output, we might think that point 1 and 2 are not useful for writing the introduction, but point 3 and 4 are good ones. This is where the block features comes in. To quickly edit the output, we can click the small button on the left. The output is then be split into 5 text blocks. Use this function, we can delete the point 1 and 2, copy 3 and 4, and then paste them into the base layer to further edit. Let's go to the base layer of the introduction paragraph. Base layer is a separate area where users can save different versions of the specific structural paragraph. Any changes users make here will not affect the writing board unless they choose to apply these changes. Now we paste the copied task here and create a new text block. We can write something on this blank block. Here we explore the language bar feature, which helps users to quickly organize their writing language. We may feel that the tone of these sentences isn't formal enough. We can use the adjust tone function, give the prompts. Now the sentences is changed. Moving on, let's talk about thematic zoom. This helps users to manage large amounts of text. When we zoom out to 50%, the text shows up as keywords instead of full sentences. Of course, we can choose to display the full content or a summary at this zoom level if we prefer. Now we have two text blocks in the base layer. I want to combine these two pieces of contents into a complete paragraph and replace the current introduction on the writing board. Here we use the combine function. It would integrate the two blocks into one paragraph. Double-click on the generated content, we can edit it, and when it is ready, we click on this button to replace the original introduction paragraph on the writing board. Now we go back to the writing board to check. It's changed. We continue our writing. For task 4, we go to the next paragraph first argument. Double-click the board, enters edit mode. Here we introduce the auto extension feature. Once the user completes one keyword in provided format, GPT automatically generates some suitable contents for the remaining keywords. Here is some options we can choose. As for task 5, let's look at the base layer of the conclusion section. I have written two versions of the conclusion but can't decide which one to use. This is where the compare feature comes in. GPT compares the two text blocks in terms of both language and content. After comparing, I think that version 1 should be added as a separate paragraph before the conclusion paragraph. I click on the export button to quickly edit this paragraph to the current writing board. Let's switch back to the writing board. Now the board appears on the writing board. We drag it into the gray line area to easily edit a new paragraph. The final task is saving the article and creating a new writing board. This introduces the write board iteration feature. Click the Save button, brings up a drop-down where we can choose the option Save as New Board. And then we go to the History path. In the History path, we see that a new board is created. Each time users manually save a version, it creates a new copy, and all further actions affect only on the new version, while the original stays in the history. The newly created board is completely independent of the original one with no impact on each other. This is the detailed walkthrough of these functions of my prototype. Thank you for watching.